It's Pride Month, and we're always looking for ways here on Studio 10 to be inclusive. So I'm with Tim Sackett at HRU Tech, and talk to me a little bit about how employers can navigate this month.
You know, it's interesting. I always like take a look at it as a Black History Month, right? We go out and we try to do all this stuff for our Black employees that are out there. Even if you're an employer that doesn't have a Black employee, you're still trying to get out there and saying, hey, how do we celebrate? Because it's really letting the community know, that, hey, here's what we want to do. With Pride, it's unique because I think we're still kind of like, how do I do this? I'm a little nervous, right? I don't want to offend anybody, but at the same time, I want to celebrate. So, we're going to make mistakes. Go and order the rainbow cupcakes. Go fly the rainbow flag outside your company, next to the state flag or your company flag or whatever that might be. But do something that's putting your best effort forward to show, hey, we're trying to do something. The best thing to do is to say, hey, if I have an LGBTQ member on my team, let's bring them in and talk like, hey, how can we celebrate who you are, inclusion, and all of this stuff, and get ideas from them as well. But do something.
Yeah, that kind of sparked a follow-up question in my mind of like, if we have someone on our staff or not, how can we celebrate them without making them feel uncomfortable or like put on stage?
Yeah, I always like to try to bring in privately because there's some that will say like, hey, I don't want to be a part of this, or I don't want to be the one that decides how we celebrate. I still think as leaders of companies, owners of companies, we have to make then a decision of how do we do this. But not doing anything sends a completely different message, right? Now you're saying, now the person's like, well, wait a minute, do they even care? And I think it's important for our community to understand, especially right now. I mean, this is June. Everybody's begging for talent and help. I think we have to let the community know, like, hey, we're inclusive and we do support. Even if I don't have an LGBTQ member on my team, I want to tell the community that I do support this community and I want them to come work for me.
And what do you recommend from an employee standpoint? Maybe your employer is not doing anything.
Yeah.
You want them to be recognized, those people on your staff. What do you recommend from an employee standpoint to kind of get the ball rolling there? Again, I wore my Love is Love shirt. You have rainbow stuff on today. Yes, I do.
It's same thing. We're in Lansing, and come football, Saturdays, we all gonna wear Michigan State stuff or University of Michigan stuff into work. Wear your pride colors and wear your stuff in. Put the rainbow streak in your hair. Have fun with this. I think the LGBT community in general would say, hey, Pride is about celebration and having fun, and that's what June is about, and we should do that every single day if we can.
Well, and it's inclusive for everyone, not those that are just LGBTQ.
For sure.
But that's inclusive for everyone.
And I think that's one of the things too, is I try to lead by example with my own team. Obviously, obviously I'm not LGBTQ, I'm not a member, but I'm an ally. And so I want to come in and I want to wear my shirt, I want to wear my rainbow colors, and I want to show them that I support, even though, I'm not that kind of person in my normal life. And it sounds awkward to be that way, but I think, again, we're not going to be perfect with this. We just have to step forward and start to do something and show the community that we're inclusive and that we welcome them.
Yeah, perfect. We're not going to be perfect, but we have to try.
Yes.
All right, Tim, thank you so much for the tips. It's a very important topic, so thank you for your time.
For sure.
And stick around. There's more of Studio 10 coming up after the break.